morning, everybody, and happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend and are enjoying the summer. I know we only have these few months to get out on the lake, get out on the ocean, lay by the beach and relax, especially before this year of open enrollment and all the confusion that's going to hit. With open enrollment coming up, one of the important things for us to do is to make sure that even as we're going through everything, that we're still working on building our referral base. That no matter how busy we are, no matter what we're doing, that we're going to have the ability to keep improving ourselves, improve our business, and hopefully get to that point in our career where we no longer have to buy leads. That's the whole point of the referral, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I thought we'd start with a good Zig Ziglar here. I don't care how much power, brilliance, or energy you have. If you don't harness it and focus it on a specific target and hold it there, you're never going to accomplish as much as your ability warrants, which is very true when it comes to building a good referral base. No matter how absolutely great you are, if you don't put a little bit of effort and start focusing on it, it's going to be really hard to happen. One of the things with referrals is being worthy of the referral, going and adding it into your sales process, which we're going to talk about today. And that's just going to help build you up and hopefully, kind of expand your finances, which is kind of what we do here, right? So a happy Motivation Monday, everybody. Now, there's a few people that this is their first Motivation Monday, and I can see that here. So I'll let you know what we go through. So we're going to go through a tip of the week. We're going to take a look at some of the trends. We'll take a look at our sales leaders, and in the end, of course, go with the sales technique, which is how to build the referral base. Now, our goal behind this is for it to be 15 to 30 minutes of power-packed information for you to be able to take one or two pieces of information off. So I'm not here to absolutely blow your mind. I'm just here to kind of go through and reiterate kind of what you know and hopefully build on it a little bit and then get you off the phone so we can go through and have a great sales week. Now, the tip of the week for the previous week, that was introducing you guys, if you have not listened, to our new trainer here. So new Robert Freeman. So what he does is he actually comes from, he's a military vet, so we thanked him for his service absolutely on there. Worked with a lot of sales and service industries out there. He comes from a health insurance background, and he's going to be our new Medicare specialist. We're meeting, honestly, kind of right after this and going through and letting you guys know what the Medicare webinars are going to be coming up. So again, we're going to get us ready for the big AEP push this year, and we're going to go through and he's going to help us building that for you. So we wanted to welcome Robert. The tip of the week for this week. So it's new and kind of not. So we know what the plan enhancer changes. If you have been on that coverage builder website done there by NatGen, you've seen that the plan enhancer in some states, and that's the AME with the CHS and SIP rider, you've seen that the benefits have gone up to $9,000 or $7,900, right? And that's to mimic the upcoming max out of pocket of $7,900 there in the 2019 year that's coming up for open enrollment. That being said, there are some states that are new and did not adjust. So if you take a look there, we do have the AME only now: Colorado, California, DC, Georgia, Kansas, Tennessee, and Virginia there. And one thing to note in those states quick. So first off, they only do the 25 to 5K, 7,500 and the 10K. There are no child only available in those states. This has come up probably 3 or 4 times last week, and I just wanted to throw it out there to let everybody know, same playing field. In those states, those are not child only, and they are eligible up to age 70. NGAH-NGIC.com is not updated yet. So I wanted to throw it out there and just let everybody know. So in those states, there are no child only. So if you see it, you can always message me and be like, hey, what the heck is going on? We'll refer you back to the slide though, just saying, hey, want to let you guys know. I did a quick shout out on that. Kind of weird. And I can't tell you the logic why. I just got a question popping up. Do you know why? I don't know why they didn't do child only. So let's take a look at some of the trends coming up. It was a boring week. So let's just throw them all up. I hate to be that guy all of a sudden. I'm like, last week was boring, but we had no change in short term. We had a slight decrease in fixed benefit, short term leading there with NatGen, and Golden Rural, fixed benefit leading with VBA, which I'm so glad that we're starting to move over to VBA. We are huge VBA fans. Shockingly enough, I'm not sure why we don't do more of those accident policies through VBA. Their accident medical expense has that low deductible. It's pretty awesome. No changes in the accident sales, leading there with the NatGen. Of course, that good old Trio Med, which we're a huge fan of, and that plan enhancer, which we just went through. But hey, you got California going now. Then we have the critical illness. We had a healthy increase in critical illness and a healthy increase in dental. Critical illness leading with that NatGen and increase in dental leading with golden rule. So overall, 1 decrease, 2 increases, and 2 no changes. Not super exciting, but hey, that's what we have. Let's do some sales shout outs before we jump into building that referral base. So taking a look at our limited med. Congratulations, Robert, on taking first. Katya getting knocked down there at 2nd. And then we have Jose Levea. He took 3rd. So good job, you 3. For our short-term medical sales shout-outs, in gold, we have Dustin Pearson. In 2nd, we have Andrew Orlikoff. In 3rd, we have Melissa Adams. Welcome to the board, Melissa. We have a new one up here and running. So kudos everybody there. That being said, how do these people, who are leading our sales area, how do they stay up there? One of the things is actually the referral base, right? So we're going to go through some tips on building a referral base. I was with quite a few of my agents last week, and I brought 3 agents in who I've been working with for about a year now to a group of new agents, and I said, hey, new agents, you can ask them anything. It was really interesting because one of the things that got brought up is, how do you buy your leads? What do you do for leads? And one of my best sales agents, she looks and she goes, I have not purchased leads in so long. I couldn't tell you what my favorite lead sources are because I'm so busy with referrals. And then the question came up, how do you get your referrals? Do you sell over the phone? Do you sell in person? And she's like, I do both. So I thought, you know what? I don't know, it just sparked something in my brain. I'm like, I know we talked about this earlier this year, much earlier, about 6 months ago, but I thought, let's bring it back up. Let's talk again about how can we build referrals? How can we get up to that point where we are no longer having to live off of purchasing leads? The first things, and you're probably going to start laughing and it's slightly annoying to hear, but you have to be worthy of the referral, right? One thing is, always add the asking part into your process. We'll give you a few hints on where to ask and how to do it. But the first thing is, be worthy of the referral, right? People want to work with people who are knowledgeable, professional, and fun. You're going to say, hey, I'm new to this industry. How can I be knowledgeable? No, to be knowledgeable is knowing where the answer is, not knowing what the answer is at that moment. So let's redefine knowledgeable really quick. So you could also say resourceful, right? People want to work with people who can find them the answer. Instead of saying, I don't know, it's, well, let me go look for you. They want to work with people who are professional, right? So when something bad happens, like a claims experience, how did you handle that? Did you handle it with your head up high? Did you handle it very nice and proud? Or did you go through and try to pawn it off on somebody else's mistake? Why do people work with us as brokers? Because we are that one-stop shop for them, right? And fun, right? People want to work with people who are fun, and we hate that word in the professional world, the word fun, right? No, you should actually kind of like it. The word fun means that they want to work with somebody who's not boring, not somebody who's just going to be that monotone and just go over the information if they ask a question. They want to work with someone who can kind of be relatable that way. And then always give the client the correct information. They will remember correct information before correct. There are a lot of Facebook groups out there, if you don't know this, that actually are for sales agents. You can kind of search them. They have really good resource hubs. I'm part of a few of them, just doing some question answers there. And one of the things is that people will post things that clients have told them about other agents, not agents in the group, not giving anybody's names. It's not that kind of a thing. Just saying, hey, I was talking to a client, they said before, this is what they said. That one I always think is kind of funny because you sit there and the person has one bad experience. Maybe they had 100 claims paid for them and the agent worked really hard. The one bad experience echoes. It's the rule of 10. I've always heard. If one bad thing happens, they're willing to tell 10 friends. One good thing happens, they're willing to tell one. So giving the correct information is extremely important again, and being resourceful. One thing to keep in mind that you do have resources when working with AHCP. We have those product specific questions. There are just tons of brochures at hcpsales.com. You always have agency services that you can call as well. Now to get off my little soapbox and actually get us started on some of the things, let's jump into physical takeaways for us. So now for externals. These I like to think make most people uncomfortable, but again, it's one of those things that people are afraid of work because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work, right? So let's jump in through some of these external ways. The first thing is find someone in a similar field. My most successful agent, I know you guys have heard this before, my most successful agent built his business working with CPAs. These are people who can go through, do a lot of similar things as us. A lot of them are licensed in what we do. They don't want to. They want to work on what they want to work on. Also, financial planners. He actually went to a large financial planner office, found one guy who's working there, said, hey, let's help each other out. If my clients have the financial questions on how they're going to establish, I'm going to send them your way. Your clients have questions on how to buy health insurance, send them my way. He was helping the guy a few times and he goes, do you have any other agents who need this? They got to the point where every Monday he would be in their office sitting down and people would just line up and hand him questions. He's passed that gig on to a few of his other agents, but find referral partners. Here's some hints for you. So think about maybe some of those, SCPs, right, that go on. So one of them is divorce, right? Not a happy topic, but it's a reality in some people's lives. How about divorce lawyers? Okay, so that lady or guy is no longer going to be with their spouse. How are they going to get their health insurance if they had it through them? Okay, so bam, great referral source for you. People who are going to help with small business loans, attorneys for clients who potentially have just gotten out of jail, right? That's SCP. Think about those. So find referral partners in similar industries. So P&C agents, attorneys, anybody who's a talker. One of my agents, funny enough, I was talking to last week, and she goes, one of my best referral partners is a hairstylist. Because the hairstylist job, they work, keep in mind, throughout the day. So they're going to get a different range of clientele, not just people who have normal office jobs. She goes, I went to my hairstylist and I said, hey, if you have people asking questions about health insurance, find a way to bring it up, give them my card. She goes, I get great referrals because my hairstylist is super, super, super social. Now keep in mind, that means you have to have your business cards on you and you have to be willing to also give referrals, right? If you have not do it, join your local BNI group. So it's a really good business networking group where they'll go and they let one person in each field in. So you can be the health insurance agent. And your job is really just to pass off different leads and referrals to each other, kind of do that social network. Join your local BNI group, one of the best ways to do it too. So that's a good way to find referral partners. Downside of BNI groups, they cost money to join. Walking into a stranger's office, that's free. Downside of that, you could get pushed away, right? Host seminars, that's an interesting one. So I see signs all the time for financial seminars or life insurance seminars at local community buildings. But think about local apartment complexes. If you're part of a local church, I do have an agent that is one of her favorite ways of doing it. She goes after her Sunday services, the second Sunday service, and she will sit there and answer any questions people have for health insurance. Yeah, you may become one of those people who's just going to get a lot of dead questions, but she's gotten some pretty good clients that way as well. It's a great way to attract people that you're looking for. Keep in mind, when we talked about marketing, we talked about kind of specialize yourself, right? Find the area where those people go. Host a seminar there. I was actually flew up to Minnesota. I was with a friend walking her dog and I saw a local health insurance seminar, which was kind of funny, in a park, right? And this person, I went and talked with them, like, I work a lot with families. So I thought, where do families go? A park. So the kids are playing and the parents are getting to talk about health insurance. Fun, right? Network and local small business groups, so kind of like that BNI, any other small business groups around there. If you guys don't know this, I do live in San Diego, and one of the ones that we do is that we have a group of small business owners who we go out and just hit up different restaurants and talk about what we're doing and things that we can work on. It's a great way for us to network. I found that online through just those Facebook groups. Easy thing to do. Also, a referral link on your website. If you don't have a website, that's one of the things I'd recommend doing. Again, we talked about Fiverr for you to get website up and running. And then of course, adding it in your signature. One thing with referral links, I see these all the time. And let your clients know what you need out of the referral link, right? So name, address, phone number, or just name and phone number, who the referral person is. Give them a little guidance on what they need. Because you say, hey, referral's a great thing. That's awesome. That's very useful, but how? What exactly are you looking for from these people, right? Because just to let you know, I had an agent who did the exact same thing, and what happened is they only got the person's name. They kept getting people's names. Like, hey, I'd like to refer you somebody, and he used to do this thing where, would ask at the end of the call, and I'm not a fan of this, but give me 3 people's names and numbers, right? People just give him 3 people. Well, he'd say, give me 3 people, and he'd literally get 3 people's names and never their numbers. Give them a reason and give them exactly what to do. So social media, this is a growing one, and this is one that a lot of people want to hit. They say, I want to hit the young, healthy market. A lot of the millennials are now known as a gig generation, meaning that they're not working those W-2 jobs anymore. It's a lot more 1099 jobs, which means that they have to buy health insurance through us. So things you could do, think about the different ones that people are on. Facebook is kind of a dying one out there, but some people are doing it. You can do Facebook Live. That's where Facebook is really up and going. LinkedIn, if you want to hit the marketing people, you can also find people who are self-employed easier that way, but the big ones there are YouTube and Instagram. But those are video-based, right? For the most part, those are video-based, and you need to keep them short and to the point. You know, YouTube, comfortably under 5 minutes. Instagram is going to be stupid short with these. But here's the thing with social media, you need to be frequent and consistent. A lot of people post on social media, they want to be on social media all the time. You have to be consistent with it, because if you go from social media that I'm going to go and answer health insurance questions, go through, explain what things are, going to teach my clients about the basics, and then I go on a political rant. Horrible idea. You're going to lose half of your follower base. Keep in mind how the US falls. All the last elections were fairly close to 50-50, right? You don't want to tick anybody off. So be frequent and consistent. I'm going to show you in a second best times to post online. Those are pretty powerful things to do, because my thoughts are I like to work smarter, not harder, and have a clear message, right? What are you hoping to get out of your social media? Are you there to educate your clients and then give them a place to refer friends and family? Or do you want to go out there and just educate the masses and let them come to you? Think about what your message needs to be. And again, if you do any of these, add them in your email signature. So every time you send out an email or a marketing blast, people can respond, or at least click the little F on your signature and jump to your Facebook page. So talking about the perfect times on these, with Facebook, the best time is between 1 and 4, because that's when most people are there clicking. Twitter is Monday through Thursdays, 1 to 3 p.m. And Twitter, again, is mainly marketing people tweeting to marketing people about marketing stuff. Not the most useful one. LinkedIn, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Best times to post on these, and this is say Facebook, the best times to post is 9 a.m., 1, and 3. So 9 a.m. first thing to do when people get to work, you know, they go through, they check their emails, and then they hop on their Facebook. At 1 p.m., you know, they went through, they had lunch, they're done with lunch because they probably talked to coworkers, and then 3 o'clock is that break. Instagram is very popular. 2 a.m. is probably going to hit the millennials. 8 a.m., when people first wake up, honestly, the first thing people do, and you are just as guilty as everybody else, is rolls over and grabs your phone, and then right off of work. The bottom one too is LinkedIn is a good one. You can Google these. These are pretty easy to find, the best times to post on social media. Stick to them and be consistent with them, right? Don't be one of those people who you're going to blow up social media for 2 weeks, you get absolutely no leads, and you stop. It's a very slow growth, but once you get it up and running, it's a little easier. And with the social media too, if you are looking to do that, only pick 1 or 2 to do. Don't try to do all 5. I see people try to do all 5 all the time, and that's great. But really stick with 1, get that up and running, and then build off of it in the future. So here's one of the things. So with existing clients, that's actually one of the best ways to get referrals, right? So you go through your existing clients. When you sell them, so when you're actually going through and you're closing them, saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to follow up with you within about the next 10 to 14 days. I want to make sure that you got all of your cards and all your policy packets, that everything's okay. And again, when I follow up with you, if you can think of anybody who maybe needs insurance, let me know their name and number, and I can go through and help them on that. Really what you're doing is you're just dropping the queue. 10 to 14 days, I'm going to ask you for a referral. Give them to me, right? Let them know who you want to work with again, and that is a whole marketing section. So you're talking about your referrals. Who do you want to work with? Do you want to work with Medicare? Is that the area where you want to specialize? I'm a Medicare specialist. You know, if you have any friends or family who are soon to move over to Medicare, let me know. You know, our prices are identical. Working with a broker is free. My biggest thing is I want to make sure that they're going to get the right policy. Right, add the hyperlink whenever you send out any email blasts, any marketing blasts, anything that's changing. And then again, provide the template of what you need and let them know how you're going to be handling it. That's the most important part. Whenever you're working with an existing client, people are afraid to give their friends and families information because they don't know what you're going to do. Again, we have this fear of the unknown, and as salespeople, if you can be really upfront and honest with people on how you're going to do things, they're going to be more willing to work with you. Like we talked about the sales process. What do we do in the beginning? Saying, this is what I'm going to do. Do the exact same thing here. Okay, so, if you're going to give me friends or family information, I would like it if you just let them know I'm going to be contacting them. I'm just going to go through and assess their needs to see if there's anything I can do to help them. Easy, right? But a lot of people say, just give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. But what are you going to do with it? Let them know in the beginning you'll be asking for it as well, kind of like what we talked about. Let them know when I'm going to be following up. If you want to add it as part of your sales process, be like, and what I'm going to do too is I will just let you know if you have any friends or family, I'm more than willing to work with them that need health insurance. Or if you have people who are in your same situation, that's what I specialize on working with. So, put some thought into that and let me know. And then add those value-based statements. Who are you working with? You're a specialist. You're a professional. Working with a broker is free. Things like that let people know that there is the value. Why do they want to work with you? And again, the who you want to work with, and don't be afraid to ask. I have people who love this one too. Asking is not begging, so keep that in mind. It's educating the customer about what you're looking for in your potential customers. Again, you want people with the same issues your customer's working with. So there's a really fun thing too. You can always do the don't keep me a secret, right? People will joke about that and they always giggle and it's really awkward, but you can always say, hey, you know what, don't keep me a secret. If you have any friends or family in your situation, just let me know. Or if I know you do marketing through contract work. If you have any of your other marketing friends or colleagues that need health insurance, that is what I'm here for. It's the kind of don't keep me a secret. It's a really tacky, cheesy line, but people always seem to remember it. I don't know why, but it works. So steps to take now. So be worthy of that referral. Add that referral link to your signature right away. If you've not already done that with exactly what you are looking for, feel free to send me referrals. I just need your the name and phone number. Let your sales know today that you're going to be following up. If you don't already do that, just let them know. If you just make a sale and stop, you're actually missing the 5th step in the sales process, which is follow-up. Let them know that when you're following up that you can help other people in their situation, and at that time they can give you the information. You can also let them contact the people first. Some people absolutely love that. Create a list of communities that you want to get in front of and local businesses. So take a look. If 1099, more than likely we're working from home, we're not going into an office. Think about what are your local areas that you can go through. Who are people who have big influences in the community who never shut up? That is really important. Some people decide to do Lyft and Uber on the side. Yeah, okay, I'm going to make some money and get myself some good referrals that way. And I've had absolutely great success out of that. I had an agent who enrolled 3 clients last week from doing Lyft. Not something I would do. He loves it though. One girl who she decided to become a part-time waitress because she's like at a place where a lot of business owners stop because it worked for her. I don't know. This is just things that people like to do. And then create a list of those referral partners and a system to connect with. So here's just some thoughts. Hopefully you took away one thing from this. And if you did, that is well worth your time. If you do have questions, you can always email training@ahcpsales.com. And of course, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, that's what agency services is there for. Also to get you up and running with any of those carriers that we may have talked about, like VBA, that you're not already appointed with. So their number is at the bottom of the screen. Here's a fun Chinese proverb I thought we would end with. So the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So if any of these things you're not doing, start doing them now, and then they will pay off long term. Other than that, I hope everybody has a great Monday, and I'll see you all next week.